welcome to day 15 of Scraptember. It is also Stretch a Sketch. So I am doing the sketch in the upper right hand corner. That is our Stretch a Sketch for September. It has been combined with Scraptember Sketch, and I think that's really cool. This is a sketch by the Scrappy Sisters. If you will notice, this particular sketch has two photos of two different sizes and a title with what I'm going to call some mixed media. So I'm going to do the same thing. I have kind of shrunk the sketch down again. This will be my last of the 6x8 photos for my Disney album that I've been working on. So this will be the one that you'll see. I think you've seen a few of these if you've watched my Stretch a Sketch series. This will be the last one of those. And I am doing a picture about fireworks. So I chose to use the mica mist. This is Peppermint Kisses. I love the mica mist that came out for the different holidays. And that's what I am using to kind of create firework mists in the background. Now I wanted to use red, teal, and yellow, which is kind of the colors of the Disney collections that I've been using. Every time I use the red spray or red mist, I just have this momentary, oh my gosh, does it look like blood moment. I think we all have had that. That's a common kind of scrapbooking issue, but I end up loving how this looks, mainly because I'm going to add, and I think this is winter frost on top of it, and it creates kind of a little bit of a purple. So I don't add a lot. The winter frost didn't come out as well as the red did, but I do like how it worked out. And then the final thing I'm going to do is use, I believe it's Flickering Candle, which was a Halloween one. And for that, I'm just going to put some splatters down just to kind of add a little bit of the yellow in it. Now, in order to do this, I did have to leave this overnight. So I did this in one day, just kind of let it sit on my desk because the mists, if you splatter them to dry, do take some time. I did use Vicky Bouton foundation paper to do this so that I would be able to use the mist and layer it up without having to worry about it kind of sinking into the paper. But that also meant I needed more time for it to dry. So just be aware if you use the foundation paper and you use things like mist, you're going to have to take some time to let it kind of dry out. Now, in order to add to this you'll see on this sketch itself, they have some kind of animals, or they have some little more blotchy pieces there. I took a fireworks stamp set from Heidi Swap, and I used Catherine Pooler Silver and Archival Black and Candy Apple to add to that. Now, I will say, quite frankly, the silver does not show up as well on the video. You can see it better in real life, but it is faint. So the problem I'm having with that silver is it really isn't bright. I kind of wish I had taken the time to heat emboss, but I didn't really have the time to do that. Now the black, on the other hand, my Archival Black, I love how this turns out, and just watch it. It's like a pop of fireworks all over this. And as I say that, I realize it's really not standing out as much on the video, but in the real picture of it, you'll see it just really pops out. The last thing I'm going to do, or not the last thing, I'm going to add a red using that Candy Apple red just to add some fireworks around the page. All of this is just to kind of build a base for the page, and I like adding the fireworks in. I have this stamp set. I don't use it enough. It's super fun. It's a super interesting thing to have. Even if you're not doing it for 4th of July, you can do it for other times of the year. Now that red doesn't show up as well either, mainly because the background is so red. This particular stamp is not showing up, but I did put it in a couple of places. I'm finally going to come back with another of the smaller firework blasts and do that in black so that I have just some pieces of the black everywhere. I don't end up using a lot more embellishments you'll see on this page, so this was just kind of a way to make sure we had embellishments throughout it. And it's also mimicking in the sketch those little kind of paint splatters that they have throughout. So this is an easy way to take a white piece of paper. All I did was use some stamping and some ink mist and create a background. It's a great thing to do. And I'm trying to show it up close here. You can see it adds a lot of texture with that mica mist. It's super sparkly, and I just love how it turns out. Now I'm going to build the rest of the page. So I took the base paper, which is that plaid, and you'll see there's where the three colors came from, the teal, the red, and the yellow. And I matted each of those squares. So I have one square photo of the fireworks. I have one square from the pattern paper that ends up being the title of Magical Day. And then I have one square that is slightly smaller than the other two that is a QR code of the fireworks occurring that night. So I decided that would be a fun way to do that. Fireworks really are kind of a video medium. So in order to include the video, I am using QR codes. What I have found, particularly in my Disney album and in some of the albums I've been doing lately, the technology is available to us to use QR codes, so we might as well find a way to use them. So for me, it is in things like Amazon Photos or YouTube. If you use a YouTube channel, you can actually put a what is called an unlisted video, and that unlisted video is only available to people that have the link. You then copy the link from the unlisted video and you put that and use a QR code generator. And then you have the QR code to your unlisted video, and anybody that has your page and scans that code can see it. To me, that has been super fun and a super fun way to include videos in my pages. So I have just really loved that. I wanted to include this castle. They have the animals. I don't really have space for three big embellishments, but I did have space for one big embellishment. So I used the castle. It's from one of my many simple stories or photo play collections for Disney stuff. I have so many, it's hard for me to keep track of where it came from. And I know many of you are like that. I'm just trying to figure out where to put that QR code so that it makes sense. I kind of wanted to overlap, but I don't want to cover up the fireworks. For this particular fireworks, my friend and we got there too late to get past the bridge in Tomorrowland. If anybody who's been to Magic Kingdom knows what I'm talking about, I think we were riding either Buzz Lightyear or Tron or something, and by the time we got off the ride, we could not get past the bridge. They were stopping people from walking. So we had to watch the fireworks kind of over by Tomorrowland Terrace. And doing that, we kind of got a side view of the fireworks. Now, this is a die cut that says fireworks. And then I have put the castle up on foam dots. Now I brought the album over because I need to measure this to make sure it fits in the page protector, because this is going to be a page protector page, and the page protector is not quite 6 inches, or it's a little bit bigger than 6 inches, but it's not quite 6 1/4. So I'm having to constantly like trim the edge of this to make it fit. I add one last thing, which is an acrylic heart just to that area there on the bottom. And that basically is my layout. You'll notice there's a huge white spot in the sketch there in the bottom right corner. I kind of kept that. I add 3 more hearts, some red hearts, and that is the layout. I feel like I really did kind of make the sketch go down to a 6x8. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're enjoying Scraptember. It's been a lot of work, but I've super loved it. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.